plant which was in our kitchen has now been banished outside because of this. Whether that picks up or not, flies of some sort. I don't know what kind of flies they are, but I don't want them crawling around our kitchen. I've just taken my necklace off to get into the shower, and this is how it's landed somehow. Standing up on its end rather than lying flat, which is very strange because I didn't think it balanced. Well, good morning. And it is actually morning. It is before midday. It's about 11:15. Today is the day for getting stuff done. Starting with going and getting somebody to stick a needle in my arm. I came into the garden very briefly before going because it's a ridiculously gorgeous day. A far cry from all of the rain that I had last week. A little bit of wind, but sunny. And as if on cue, there's a gust of wind. But it's just amazing. I've come into the garden and there is a cacophony of bees. You can't even pinpoint where the buzzing is coming from. It's just this ball of sound almost. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. Where I stood, I could count at least 8 bees, which is the most I think I've seen on that patch of flowers in any one point. No more prevaricating. Onwards. Same bus stop as Friday, same noise of the traffic, totally different weather. Win. Travelled here on a single-decker bus, which was a slightly different setup and arrangement to the double-decker buses I'm used to. Should have brought my sunglasses because it's sunny. And also I drank quite a lot of squash before leaving the flat in the hope that it would help bring my veins up. I really, really need the loo. Good evening, it's about 7 o'clock. This is the second take. I started off the first one by saying, James is at the supermarket and may be calling, so I want to get this recorded. And before I'd finished, James just called. So I have no idea if what I've previously recorded has been saved or not. But it's fine, most of it would have ended up on the bloopers reel anyway. So, yeah, went today, had my blood tests done, was in and out incredibly quickly. Actually finding where the blood tests were, waiting for the blood test, having the blood test done was quicker than the bus journey, which was brilliant. The phlebotomist was wearing PPE, unsurprising. Gloves, yeah, not surprising. Mask, yeah, not surprising. And a full face visor, which I found slightly freaky. I think it was when I was texting a friend afterwards, I think the reason I found it freaky is because that is the first person I have seen wearing a visor in real life. I've seen images on the media, but that is the first time that I have seen a healthcare worker face to face with a face, the full face visor. And I was like, whoa, this is all a little bit real and scary and oh. But no, I have had the bloods done, and look, if you can see it, there's the punch mark. I wasn't just walking around with a bit of cotton wool taped to my arm. I did actually have a needle stuck in there. Should we talk about last night? So the route to our train station there are two routes you can get there, the front way and the back way. When we first moved here, we went round the front way before realising that the back way was slightly quicker. So from that point onwards, if I'm going to the train station to meet James as a surprise, I will take the back way because I know that's the route he takes. Oh, excuse me, I thought there was going to be a burp there. Anyway, I walked along the back way looking out for him. There was nobody around, so somebody walking in the opposite direction should have been pretty obvious. Somehow we missed each other. And so because I was taking video, I had timestamps on the video that I was taking, so we could work out which bit of road that we'd missed each other on. I think what had happened is that James had crossed the road and was walking on the other side of the road, which is the side he doesn't normally walk on. That's the only explanation I can come up with. But anyway, I went to the train station, waited for the train I thought he was on. He wasn't on it. I phoned his phone twice, no response. Phoned the home phone, no response. Phoned him a third time, and he said that he had literally just got in 20 seconds earlier. He'd heard the house phone going but couldn't get to it in time. Then he sort of got home, realised that the house phone was going, and that's not a good thing to be phoning that late at night. That all of the lights were off, that's not a good thing. And I wasn't there, that's not a good thing. And he was really worried. Until I phoned him and said, where are you? So I did give him a surprise, just not the one I was wanting to give him. It was all very awkward, and I was really cross when I got back home that I'd tried to do something kind and loving and surprising, and it had all gone base over apex. But he was safe, I was safe, it was fine. So yesterday he sent me a text message to tell me that the Oxford Road branch of Marks and Spencer were selling off old Easter eggs, or not old Easter eggs because they were still in date, but Easter eggs at 20 pence each. I was like, that's amazing, please could you get me 5 and I'll give you the money back when you get home. He bought a few more than 5. He sent me a picture of the Colin the Caterpillar Easter egg, but hadn't told me about any of the others. So that was quite fun. Once I'd got home and got myself a drink and gone to loan or rest of it, he's like, can I tell you about the Easter eggs now? I was like, okay, fine. And he just kept pulling them out and out and out. And I was like, are there any more? Yeah, there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. Oh my word. We are not going to be stuck for chocolate in this household, not for a long time. And then he came into the spare room earlier today and goes, but there's still 2 Easter eggs here. I was like, yeah. Came back after the blood test, had a headache, worked out that was because I was feeling hungry, so I had some couscous for lunch, had some squash. This is the thing when I have headaches. I'll have food, I'll have liquid, and I'm like, that'll sort it all out, but I never take painkillers. I don't know why. I think I have this mistaken belief that if I solve the root of the problem, that'll take it away, that'll sort it all out. So yeah, normally I'm headachy either because I'm hungry, thirsty or tired. So I had my lunch, I had some squash, and then just before 2 o'clock I was like, I'm really tired, I just want to lie down and have a nap. However, at 2 o'clock James had a meeting, an online meeting that was penciled in for 2 hours. I'm like, can I come and lie on the bed? Can I come and have a nap on the bed? He's like, well, I could come and do my meeting in the sitting room. I was like, yeah, but when I wake up, I'm going to want to come back into the sitting room, and I'm not going to be able to do that if you're here with your meeting. So I'll just curl up on the sofa. Right, so James has just phoned a second time. However, I have gone back, I have checked. All of the footage I've recorded so far has been saved. This is something I did not know my phone did, but if somebody calls me, the footage will be saved. Anyway, we were talking about me sleeping. We decided, yes, so I'd worked out that if James had a 2-hour meeting, then if I went and had a nap in the bedroom and woke up, I would then want to use the sitting room where he was having his meeting. So it's like, fine, you go and have your meeting in the bedroom, I will sleep on the sofa. And yes, I am short. The sofa is shorter. So it's not a comfortable place to sleep, but that was the only real option we had. Because it's not fair on James for him to keep moving backwards and forwards between rooms just because of me. This, I knew about this meeting yesterday. I didn't know I wanted to have a nap until about 5 minutes before I fell asleep. So yeah, that happened. I was watching London Burning, dozed off whilst watching London's Burning, woke up at about 3 o'clock when he came in and I was like, oh, you finished already? He's like, no, we're just having a break. Okay, fine. He went off, carried on his meeting. I fell asleep again and woke up at 3:45. So that was that. Then I got up, went to see him in the bedroom where he was still doing his meeting. I lay down on the bed next to him. I lay down on the bed. He lay down next to me. And then when we woke up, it was about 6 o'clock. So yeah, it's fair to say today did not go as planned. And I really should have had a paracetamol, because after I woke up and had some more squash and found another Easter egg and sort of had a little bit of chocolate from one of the early Easter eggs that we bought and had a paracetamol, suddenly my headache is gone, near enough. Close enough for jazz. So yeah, it's not been the day I planned. Today was going to be the day for getting stuff done. But I have done my blood test, which was one of the most important things I needed to do, because I don't want to get to the point where my GP surgery says to me, you're not getting your blood test, we don't know what's going on, we're not going to prescribe you your medication. That would not be a good thing. This evening we've got pizza for dinner, I think, with salad. I have no idea what my plans are for tomorrow, or the day after, or the weekend. I have nearly finished my fuss-free festival shawl. I'm now on the Pico bind-off, which is really pretty, but does require a bit of concentration. So I didn't take it with me to the hospital. Plain garter stitch on a bumpy bus I can do. Counting 2 on and 4 off and 2 on and 4 off, and then transferring stitches from needles, not going to happen. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get that finished this evening and I can model it tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got the clap for carers. And that, I think, is Wednesday. I'm going to bid you a lovely evening. I am going to see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves.